everyone. Welcome to an exciting thing that myself and the Brent have been up to.
Yes.
Behind the scenes thing that we're probably going to open the doors on. We've been hard at some improvements, and I think that it'll be to the benefit of everyone. And I'm going to let the man who's been spearheading most of these improvements let you in on the scoop. Give it up to him, the Brent.
Yes. We are starting a new Patreon. One Patreon to rule them all, as it were.
A replacement for the old set of Patreon.
Correct. Before you had the Atari ST Patreon, Coco Show, R. Sinclair, and ARG Presents. Those, over the next 3 to 6 months, are all going to go away. And to replace that, we're giving one main show for the Sunday shows, and that's the retro rotation. This is just a way, it's really more housekeeping than anything else. We are kind of hamstringed by having 4 Patreons, that we want to do more with the Patreon channels. We want to do more with our supporters, and it's just difficult. And we said, you know what? Enough is enough with this. Even if we lose a few people on the transition, and I hope we don't, but we expect that we will. We want this to be the best place for all your Sunday show goodness. Now, Aaron, you had a few things you want to talk about involving Anchor.
Sure. So amongst the changes that we're going to be undertaking, and Brent mentioned that we're going to just basically combine all the Patreons into one Patreon. Now, there are a multitude of reasons for this, but one of the main reasons is when our good buddy John Bodekar Shaw withdrew from some of the shows to attend to his restaurant and his studies, some other stuff. All the Patreon stuff was permanently attached to his account, and there was nothing any of us could do to change it. And so our choices were, do we start 4 new Patreons? No. It's easier just to have one Patreon for all the shows.
Yeah.
And we've named it the Retro Rotation, but the shows aren't going to change. There's not going to be any change at all to the shows. Now,
yeah, and we're still a part of the Amigos Retro Gaming Network. None of that's changing.
Obviously, I'm one of the Amigos.
Yeah.
So are you, technically. You come on there all the time. This is just, a lot of this is for like tax stuff.
Yeah.
So now, secondly, we are going to be dropping the individual anchor feeds for the Atari ST show, R. Sinclair, ARG Presents, and the Coco Show. And again, there are reasons for that. Anchor was purchased by Spotify eventually.
Yeah.
And there's been a big hassle about having all these channels and getting everything up to spec. So we're going to be using the combined Amigos Retro Gaming channel for all these shows. So if you are used to getting R. Sinclair or the Coco Show, for example, over your own feed, that's all we feed, like that's going away. It's just going to simply be all the shows fed over the Amigos Retro Gaming channel. It's easier. It's a lot easier for us. The show's going to be there just like it always is, and the rest of the shows that you don't like, you can ignore or whatever.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be a huge issue, the Brent.
Now, let's talk about what the retro rotation means for people who just want to support one show. Let's say you are just here for R. Sinclair and the rest of the stuff we do, you don't care about. You can actually sign up under the Retro Rotation Patreon and just support R. Sinclair. That's fine. We're totally fine with that. If you are someone who likes all of the Sunday shows, maybe you're even signed up to multiple Patreons, we have an all-encompassing tier that says, hey, we appreciate all the shows that you're doing. And something else with the Patreon, the magnets. Whoops, let me take that graphic down. The magnets, one of the reasons why they got delayed is from all this Patreon switching, and we're going to get those out to the people who have earned them.
You had to assemble lists from these various other lists.
Yeah. So, end all be all of this is more positive Patreon support moving forward with the retro rotation. You can visit the site. It is actually live now at patreon.com/theretrorotation. The other Patreons, we'll probably keep them going for 3 to 6 months. Once you move over to the retro rotation, please cancel your other membership. Yeah. We're not trying to double dip.
No.
The prices are all basically the same. If you sign up for one of the all-encompassing tiers, you're on the game committees, all of them.
Yeah.
You can participate or not participate at your leisure.
Nothing changes in Discord at all. Everything will be just
Correct.
like it always was. Really, this is not a huge change. It's just, like you said, it's mostly just a housekeeping thing. But it'll let us do a little bit of more interesting stuff with the Patreon.
Yeah, I
We
think
always feel like we haven't given those guys because, hey, listen, obviously we appreciate any support we get,
yes.
and we want to make sure that people that support us feel like that they're acknowledged for what they've been doing. That's what we're up to.
Yeah, and you're going to see more merch drops, more exclusives for the Sunday show content, special behind the scenes stuff, all that on the retro rotation moving forward. Aaron, anything else before we wrap it up here?
I think occasionally as a Patreon only, thank you. I may do a little dance routine.
Oh, there you
That
go.
might get thrown
Well,
in as
you've
well.
destroyed the show. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Adios.